all, there is no experience required to write the KAPS exam. But now the situation is different. After 23 July, most of the offshore candidates are still waiting for the invitation, as there is no 100% guarantee for these visas. Now, I will make you clear about the visas which you majority can apply for. To be frank, no one specifies whether you get an invitation or not. So please inquire properly about the visa details before starting the process. Hi pharmacists. As we all know, the KAPS exam is mandatory for overseas pharmacists to work in Australia. There is an internship around 1 year, and to become a registered pharmacist, one must clear written and oral exam after completing the 75% of internship hours. For completing all these procedures, of course you should be there in Australia with a proper visa. I know guys, most of you are aware about all these details through social media, especially about the visas, like clear your KAPS immediately after B.Pharm or PharmD and submit expression of interest for getting an invitation, then lodge for visa. But this is not the fact. To be frank, no one specifies whether you get an invitation or not. So please inquire properly about the visa details before starting the process. First of all, there is no experience required to write the KAPS exam. But you know, in case of for B.Pharm or PharmD graduates, they can easily migrate to Australia without any experience only if they have a dependent visas like spouse visa, parent visa, etc. Now, I will make you clear about the visas which you majority can apply for. The first is the skill nominated visas like 189, 190 and 491. How you can apply for that visa? The first step is to submit an EOI, which is an expression of interest. Then, what are the main eligibility criteria for that visa? A valid skill assessment letter which is provided after the KAPS exam, and your age should be below 45 and at least a competent English. With all these, you should meet a minimum score of 65. During 2022-23, after COVID pandemic, as pharmacists are included in the skilled occupation list of Australia, the candidates who met minimum 65 score without considering any experience requirement got invitation. But now the situation is different. After 23 July, most of the offshore candidates are still waiting for the invitation. As there is no 100% guarantee for these visas, you should depend on employer-sponsored visas like 482, 494 and 407 because there is only 3 years validity for the skill assessment letter. So, what is an employer-sponsored visa? As the name, a retail or hospital pharmacy employer can sponsor you through 482 visa, that is temporary skill shortage visa which require 2 years of experience, and employer sponsor regional visa 494 which require 3 years of experience. But keep in mind, the experience should be from a retail or hospital pharmacy. Dear friends, maybe you have heard about 407 visa, which is a trainee visa that does not require an experience, which is still available. But the drawback is that if you are moving to Australia in 407 visa after completing the general registration, still if the invitation is not provided by the state government, you can bridge to employer sponsored 482 or 494 only if you are able to meet the experience requirement. But if you are moving to Australia with the 407 visa with a proper experience like a 2 to 3 years, then it's fine. Suppose you are not able to complete your general registration before your 407 visa gets expired, make sure your skill assessment letter and the language exam result is valid when you are bridging to 494 visa. Dear candidates, Pharma International is providing employee sponsorship with visa to our students. So, my personal advice is to move with a proper visa which is safe and that can easily lead to PR.